Brand Registry ReportAViolation tool was reinstated within 4 days. I'm going to be showing you exactly how I did it in today's video. Let's dive in. So if we look at the ReportAViolation tool, here's an example of it being revoked. So if you try to report a fake on Amazon too many times, or you don't follow Amazon's rules, or Amazon gets upset, they will revoke your ReportAViolation tool and you can't remove fakes. It's going to look like this, and you have to actually submit an appeal. And the problem with this is if sellers, like Chinese sellers or people who are trying to rip off your brand, they can rip it off, sell your product for cheaper, have a lot of negative reviews, and they're going to hurt your brand and your brand's credibility, and they're taking sales at the same time. So we want to get them removed from Amazon, and we can't do that if Amazon's not even let us reporting fakes. So what we need to do is appeal it. And here is the appeal that we did right here. And you can see this is the submission right here. We did a full appeal, and this was on the 9th. And we did a full appeal, and then we added attachments, and then on the 13th of January, so within 4 days, after carefully reviewing the information and documents you provided, we have determined you may continue to submit infringement notices on Amazon. And here's an example of the appeal, so you can see it more in depth because I went a little bit fast. But here it is. I kind of like changed the ASINs a little bit, but everything here is the same. Hi Amazon, here's a brief explanation of what happened and why our brand registry got revoked. A, root cause or root causes of the invalid submissions. So number 1, number 2, and number 3. We provided exact data, the ASINs, we provided the complaint IDs, and we provided the exact information that proves why we believe it got rejected. It's usually pretty easy if you can go back and do a little research. Once you do that, you can add that in and you should be good to go. Just make sure that your appeal is very concise. As you can see, it's very concise and to the point. The actions you have taken to resolve the issues. So this is exactly how we wrote it, and this is the actions that we did to resolve the issues as per email from IP to info@request.amazon.com. They have requested us to resubmit the application for review. So we actually had proof where Amazon said, hey, resubmit the application, and we resubmitted it, and then we got pretty much taken down by Amazon like this. So we actually had proof where an Amazon representative and employee said, hey, you can submit requests again and go ahead. So we had proof, we attached that. Make sure you are attaching proof, right? And the actions you have taken to prevent invalid submissions moving forward. Not only did we do a step 1, 2, and 3, but we made an SOP, which most sellers do not make. SOP, System Operating Procedure. Step 1, perform or test buy on the product. Step 2, Step 3, Step 4, Step 5, Step 6, and Step 7, Step 8. So we made a step-by-step plan to make sure that these actions don't happen again, so that way Amazon knows we're legit and they're not going to take us down. So definitely follow this appeal. It does work. Sometimes you might be missing something. This one was really straight easy and pretty easy to get reinstated. But sometimes if it's your second or third time getting this ReportAViolation taken away, it does get much harder each and every time. It also depends who you're in front of. But here is my tips right now. So regular tips, you can find this from doing research yourself. And tip number 1 is to make sure the appeal isn't too long, right, and not too short. Maximum 2 pages, minimum half a page. You can see ours is around a page long. Ensure you include attachments. I've heard this happening before where people submit this appeal and they don't include any attachments. Include attachments, include PDFs, include screenshots on what you did wrong, include Amazon's policies, include the SOP, which is this process on how you're going to do it and how you're implementing it already, right? Include attachments. That's going to help with your appeal. If you don't submit attachments, I don't think you're going to get this approved most of the time. If you are including attachments, make sure most of them are PDFs. You can do screenshots, you can do JPGs or PNGs. They do work as well, but most of them should be PDFs if possible. Ensure you cite Amazon's policies and URL links. So if you can cite Amazon's policies, right? What we did is we kind of cited the actual email that we received the request from and what we did wrong and the intellectual property rights. Ensure to chat with Amazon if not accepted. So you can actually chat with Amazon. If we go to support and then contact brand support, there's usually a way you can contact brand support and then ask them, why was it, here's the chat button right now. So you can chat with them and say, why was it not accepted? Are you able to help me get this accepted? Can you at least look at my appeal and see what needs to be added, right? And they can, if you get somebody that's good, they'll help you get that approved. Remember that sometimes Amazon doesn't accept the first appeal, and then remember that an actual human is reviewing your work. So sometimes they have a quota. The Amazon person can't approve every single appeal that comes through, or they're going to get fired. So they sometimes they're just going to auto deny your appeal. Just realize that that's just how humans at Amazon are. Or sometimes the human doesn't like a word that you said and they'll deny it. So remember that. Use I if you can. Don't say we. You want to take accountability. Remember to pretend that you're submitting your case to a judge as if it's going to be, hey, you're going to have life in jail, right? So you want it to be, and that's going to help you improve it. So again, when you go to sleep at night, you want to think I did everything I could in that last appeal. If a judge in court reviewed it, they would completely understand your side of the story and how much effort you put into this. So make sure Amazon knows how much effort you put into that, and that also is helpful with the attachments, and they could see how much effort we put into this by creating the SOP, right? And here's expert tips that you can't find online through regular research. You can usually only find by talking to an Amazon expert. After you write a good appeal, you can have ChatGPT make each section more concise. So what you're going to do is if you have an appeal like this, and you can just copy this right here, open up ChatGPT and say, hey, please make this section of the appeal more concise. That's going to help remove a lot of the fluff and make it very direct and concise, coherent, compendious, so that way Amazon doesn't see a lot of emotion in it, right? If you try to make it concise yourself, you're human, you're more emotional compared to ChatGPT. So ChatGPT can take out that emotionality and make sure that it's very concise. And then the next one is when you chat with Amazon right here, you can actually ask them to escalate it. So if you're getting a human and they're just like deny, like auto denying, you can tell the representative that they're auto denying it and then ask them to escalate it internally. They can actually escalate the issue internally for you and get it reviewed by somebody else above them to get it approved. A lot of sellers don't know that, but you can ask for escalation. Now, most of them won't do it because most of the representatives you're going to be talking to suck, but some of them will, especially if you can make a connection with them. Like you can be like, oh, my brother's name has the same name as you. I love that name. It means this. He just had a birthday. Oh, try to make a little bit of a human connection, and then they're going to want to help you more than just somebody they hate or somebody that they see on the other side. You're just chatting with them, somebody that they see on the other side that's a robot. So you can have somebody at Amazon that's willing to help you, and they will take extra steps to escalate it for you. And that's pretty much it for today's video. If you learned something new, drop a like. If you're an Amazon seller, I recommend you subscribe to our channel because we're giving away great content that's going to help you in your Amazon journey. And of course, if you need help selling on Amazon, contact ehpconsultinggroup.com. The link's right in the description for more. I'm Josh Hackett, CEO, and I'm signing out.